Zvatotanga manje ndadzoka. I am back kunge musana right nezuro Themba Mliswa akanga kari kuonererwa kachida kutanga na Chivhayo, but nhasi zvadhakwa. Koma ngamuchizviziva here kuti Themba Mliswa akatotengerwawo mota? Akomana muZimbabwe handifunga kuti pana asina kutengerwa mota. You will be shocked kunzwa kuti munhu wese ane chaakatengerwa naChivhayo. Handifunga kuti pana asisina. Kusvika kuna Namunangagwa hatichatotaure kuti ngani vanenge vakatengerwa zvingani vakaitirwa zvingani. Icho chitori chokwadi chinenge chitori pachena kana kuti paground. But rekedza titangire pane nyaya panapa. Chivhayo, I'm actually surprised that you now appear to take a strong position against accepting my gratitude. Yet recently you graciously accepted the Ford Raptor I paid cash 107,000, which I brought you out of pity for your circumstances, being out of politics, without a job or public office, with limited income. I choose to just appreciate your first debates during your tenure in parliament. More importantly, I respect and love the person you were begging for a car. His wish is my command. Here's the reason I offered to buy it for you without any hesitation. Now, before you have reached 5,000 kilometers on the clock, here you are envious of others whose efforts are being recognized, now alleging that my goodwill is bribery. Please focus more on your valuable responsibilities. Kudare muchiripisa vanhu mombe mbudzi nehuku kumusha sasabhuku anoremekedzwa. I remain undeterred. I will recognize whoever I want to in my way. So please, and wherever I see it necessary, it's my money, my choice. Ibvai pazvinhu zvevanhu sabhuku. Yakatangira papi nyaya yacho. Tisatapinda mune yaChivhayo yese kuti tinzwe kuti zviri kumbonyatsopindura kuti kudii. Mliswa ndiye akatanga nezuro achiripindura pane yangaitika kuna Chivhayo. Akatengera munhu weopposition mota achinzi chenda unoita se enda unoona uyo anonzi honorable S Mureyanyi we C aisupporta bill number 3. Saka uyu akabva ati iwewe zvawakuita zvawakutoita bribery hazvisi right. Mtsokanzi moyo, I find it necessary to question the rationale behind the persistent interference in the Cap 3 affairs in such a manner. The situation has long since evolved and it begs the inquiry: is this an issue of illiteracy or on your part, or something more profound? ZANU-PF possesses a comfortable majority in parliament comprising 194 MPs. That's rendering these theatrics, gimmicks, superfluous and potentially damaging the integrity of the legislative process. Even in the event that the opposition, numbering 86 MPs, anonymously votes against Cap 3, ZANU-PF remains capable of passing the bill with relative ease, as a 2/3 majority merely requires 187 votes. Also remember that a segment of progressive MPs recognizes the merits of Cap 3, understanding its benefits both for individual politicians as well as for the nation as a whole. Who among them would decline an opportunity to extend their tenure in office without the burden of costly elections? It is thus evidence that ongoing speeches by many opposition MPs in parliament are merely rhetoric and drama. Your agenda, Moyo, appears to be rooted in the desire for personal acknowledgement as the architect behind the bill's passage through incessant inducement. However, that critical moment has passed, and your actions now serve only to tarnish what was once a promising endeavor. The party has already done its homework, and this extravagant initiative only undermine the legitimacy of the process. The passage of the bill ought to reflect purity, free from the taint and accusations suggesting that financial inducement were employed. The introduction of the bribes into a legitimate parliamentary process is not only unwanted but wholly unacceptable, exposing a continued deficiency in your decorum, which I have previously highlighted. I admire your ability to make money, but not how you handle it. Financial matters within the political arena necessitate a degree of finesse and sophistication. Otherwise, one risks appearing foolish. However, a little education can enrich one's character, equipping individuals with the wisdom and finesse for financial priority. The current recklessness is a liability to the image of constitutional amendment process and must stop. Beware that in politics the adage stands: accept the money if it is offered, yet when the critical moments arise, act in accordance with the people's will. Therefore, it is both intrusive and superfluous to persist with gratuitous gifts, which are increasingly becoming a blemish on the otherwise exemplary political endeavor to gimmicks jeopardize our collective moral standing. Ndo nyanga iri ya Themba Mliswa achitaura, but vachivhayo vamuka kuseni maybe vanga vapedza kujoga kana kuti vachangopedza kubikirwa tina lulu zvikanzi amira ndekopamhe shamwari right, zvikanzi chekutanga manga mapedza here kutonga nyaya dzekumamusha kwenyu, kutonga kuti mombe dzaningi dzapinda mumunda mani dzikadya nedhongi rekwaningi ramitisa rekwaningi, saka mhuru dzopiwa ani. Matare anga apera here zvekuti mave kuwana nguva yekuda kupindirana nenyaya dzekuno kuHarare nekuita sabhuku in my life? I ask this question sincerely because of late you have taken a keen interest in my personal affairs, which frankly speaking are none of your business. You have not basis to give me a lengthy lecture on what I should or what I should not do with my money. I'm merely a philanthropist, and I love helping and recognizing people that I think deserve my recognition. Your abrasive and condensing comments pertaining to my philanthropy are clearly out of desperation to remain relevant given your long vanished political status. You are correct that ZANU-PF possesses more than sufficient numbers of to pass the CAP 3. The Revolutionary Mass Party already enjoys a comfortable majority. If I get impressed by MPs unapologetic support the CAP 3 and President Idi Mnangagwa and personally choose to reward him or her, where is the problem? How does that become bribery? And you allege that if the MP is already openly in support of CAP 3 and rewarded after it numbers are already there, if the outcome is already secured and if the party has, in your own words, already done its homework, why does my appreciation of certain individuals suddenly become a national emergency requiring public intervention from you, Sabuk? I'm not the architect behind the CAP 3. I'm not a politician and I have absolutely no aspirations of becoming one. I'm an ordinary card-carrying member of ZANU-PF who supports the party and its leadership. Nothing more, nothing less. Therefore, this theory that I'm somehow seeking recognition exists entirely in your imagination and nowhere else. Saka avazoramba vachingopinda na greenery yacho yakakura ndopazosvika pakuudzana mashoko ekuti iwo urutondinetsa futi ndakatokutengerawo mota ye 107,000 ndikatoibhadhara ndatokunzwira tsitsi kuti wakabroka usina basa kwauri kushanda uri kuwana tumari tushoma, mota yacho wasitotombosvika na 5,000 kilometers per clock pacho wakutoda kutondinetsa kupindira zvinyaya zvausingazive undidzikamire. Ndo nyaya iripo iri kutaurwa navachivhayo, but ndozviziva kuti Themba Mliswa izvezvi ari busy kugadzira chinyowani. Is either achapindura kana kuti tsedha achangoseka kana kuti tsedha achangoiginwa ongozvisiya zvidarike, but ndiri kuti ari kutogadzira chinyowani izvezvi ende chinyowani chacho chichinge chabuda I will be the first one kuti ndinge ndichitaura nezvechinyowani ichocho, because nyaya yezvinyowani izvi ndo nyaya dzatinotodedzwa tichidaira, ndo nyaya dzatotoda manje idzodzo kwatizoti kwanzi ningaita chinyowani muchati guta zvenyu mera uone.